Hello everyone and welcome back to day 4 of Mermaid. And if you are just joining us, to give you the short version, Mermaid is essentially a month of mermaids. So we've been having fun here doing different kinds of mermaid illustrations, and yeah, so that's where we're at. So with today's illustration, I did have a lot of fun doing this. I will say that I kind of wish that as far as the conceptual design of the piece, as far as like her body positioning and everything, like I originally had planned to do something a bit more like exaggerated and fun, but I was also trying to work within the constraints of my smaller watercolor pad, which I actually favor the paper of this personally for doing watercolor. So that's essentially where and what I was working with. So I made it work, and I'm still very happy with how it turned out. I had a lot of fun with mixing the pastel colors because I did use the Winsor and Newton cotman watercolor palette that I have reviewed in past videos, and I essentially took like my purple lake color, which is number 544 for Winsor and Newton, and I took intense blue, which is number 327, and I also took crimson hue, which is number 317, which is a reddish tone, and I mixed all those with white pretty heavily to get a really nice kind of like pastel airy color to it. So I am really happy with how it turned out. I had a lot of fun doing this. I tried really to not do any heavy black lines. As you can see, I did ink the eyes itself, but I do like and appreciate having the eyes stand out a bit more. But as far as her body and everything like that, I used the Prismacolor colerase pencil in the rose color to really give her like a nice heavy outline, and then painted it from there. And as I painted, I added the heavier shadows, continuing to just kind of build up and doing layers. And my whole goal with this was to kind of just keep the same pastel-y tones throughout the entire piece. So I did try and darken up some of the areas using a little bit of like Payne's gray, which is number 465 from the Winsor and Newton collection, mixed in with some of the pastel blue that I had created just to kind of give it more of a shadow tone, and to be able to do some darker heavy lines to really give that variation in color quality and add those deep shadows. So I think it came out really nice, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. The tail, I think, is definitely my favorite that I've done so far, because I really tried to do kind of like an airy pastel, almost galaxy kind of tone. And when I used the white jelly roll pen along with it, I added like little stars and kind of the like, in a manner of speaking, glitter effect with the white. And I did the same thing with the seahorses. I used the pastel colors, and I essentially just took the pink and the blue and kind of two-toned the seahorses to give them that kind of adorable look. And you will see that towards the end, I do actually use a pen to give some heavier outline to the piece itself. But the pen that I use is a very fine point. It is a Pentel, I think pronounced slicci. I don't know for sure. It is SLICCI in 03, so it's very fine, thin pointed gel ink pen in a purple color that kind of just fit perfectly with this piece. And it is a pen that I found a while back at Michael's, and I really like doing just kind of doodles with it, because I like having the rough line doodles with a very fine point. And a lot of like the mechanical pencils that I use that you don't often see in works that I do on here, because I really don't use a lot of graphite in my pieces as far as like color illustrations, but when I'm doing just like a full sketch illustration, often I'll go through the graphite, and I use the 0.03s for graphite because I really have an appreciation and I enjoy a lot more the very, very fine points. Now I do absolutely love just a regular pencil. Like I think my favorite is the, let's see, I have one here, Dixon Ticonderoga. I am mutilating that name. All the same, it's like my favorite kind of pencil, and it's a lot of times when you go and like buy a box of them, it's established as like the world's best pencil, and they are recycled and everything, but I love the eraser and I love the pencil itself. It's just very smooth. And whenever I look for graphite myself, I look for a very smooth graphite. I actually do not like charcoal because the way it grips the paper. And I know that might sound silly, but the way that charcoal feels on paper like gives me the uncomfortable goosebumps, if you know what I'm saying. It's almost like the equivalent to some people as nails on a chalkboard, that like uncomfortable chill down the spine feeling, and that's how it is with charcoal. So it's very rare for me to ever even touch charcoal. But anyways, I got way off topic. So coming back to this piece, I really focused on trying to do the slow build-up with watercolor. I'm trying to get better at kind of being patient and allowing myself to have the build-up of color, and starting from the very light and working up to the dark. And at the same time with this piece, I really wanted to keep a lot of the very light because I really wanted the pastel to come across. So that's where I didn't really do much build up as far as like on the tail or on the mainstay of the body. I kind of just went through with one single layer because I wanted that light, very pastel-y, pinky, bluish tone to come through. So yeah, it came out, like, as far as color wise, it came out exactly as I was hoping. So that was really nice. And it was fun. You know, I've come to slowly grow and grow more so in appreciating and enjoying using watercolors, where before I was like, I don't even want to touch watercolors because I am not good at painting. But I mean, you have to start somewhere, and that's kind of how it is with everything, and that's how it was even for me with drawing the ladies that I do. And also to correlate with drawing the ladies, I did get a comment, which I appreciate. I read about drawing a merman, and I might just attempt that. I honestly don't really draw men. I'll be the first to admit that. I have little to no experience with it because I personally enjoy drawing women more. I enjoy the very like curvy, flowy, where men kind of tend to be more, I guess the best term to do is squared and like broad and very more linear rather than curved. I don't know how exactly to put that, but I have just briefly done like sketches of men as far as their face goes in the past, but there has also been times where I've tried to draw kind of like men in my style and it still comes off very feminine. So it's something that I might just attempt, just to say what the hey and do something out of my comfort zone. But we will see. It's definitely one of those where I'll probably attempt it, and depending on how it turns out, I might just make it like a short like bonus video or something along those lines. We will see. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just having so much fun being back in mermaid in general and having fun doing these mermaids. And I am really looking forward to, excuse my pup in the background, doing another watercolor illustration. Like I had said yesterday, I kind of have an idea in my head, and I might do it for tomorrow. It might also be one that I kind of have to slowly do over time and record over time, because it is going to be a bigger piece as far as doing the combination mermaids, where it's contrasting colors and the almost borderline yin and yang style or night and day kind of aspect. So we will see how that turns out. And then of course, like I had talked about, I do plan on also going back to doing some of the grayscale, because I do really enjoy that, and I also really want to utilize that toned tan paper. But yeah, we will see where that goes from here. So once again, thank you all so much for joining me during this mermaid, and thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you have an awesome day. See you in the next video.